Hello, it's Charles with Uber Eats. Today is Sunday, April 26th, 2026. And I am blessed and grateful this morning because I received that precious gift of tomorrow with God's wake-up call. And I got to see another day here in beautiful, sunny, warm Tampa, Florida. And you also woke up this morning and received that precious gift of tomorrow with God's wake-up call. And you got to see another day here on earth. Tomorrow is most definitely a precious gift to receive because not everybody that went to sleep last night woke up and received God's wake-up call. So I, for one, am most definitely blessed and feel grateful to the good Lord for giving me another day here on earth. God is good. God is great, always and always. And I'm blessed to have Jesus Christ in my life. I love Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is my Savior, my Redeemer, and my Advocate. I love Jesus Christ and I love the Lord. Blessed to have both of them in my life. I had a fantastic day yesterday. A lot of good things happened for me yesterday. I was able to complete another 20 trips towards my goal of 60 trips on this second quest I'm attempting. As long as I get 20 trips in today, I'll earn that second bonus quest that I'm on. So it's going to be, I'm going to make a lot of money this week with Uber Eats, and I made a lot of money in the previous several weeks with my Uber Eats business here in Tampa, Florida. Very blessed that God has put me in this time and place where I'm at here in Tampa, Florida, where I can make a fantastic living with my Uber Eats business. I'm enjoying wonderful weather. I've got a safe place to sleep in the camper every night. And I'm able to set money aside for my future retirement. I'm eating really well, and I'm able to afford my rent, easily able to afford my rent, car gas, insurance, and all that. So very blessed by the Lord. Everything that God has given me, I am thankful for. Another good thing that happened for me yesterday is I picked up, my pants were ready. The previous Saturday, I believe it was a Friday or a Saturday, I dropped off my pants to be mended at this place called Yong's Tailor shop, I think it's called. My 3 pair of blue jeans were ready, and she did a fantastic job with them. 2 of the pants honestly were just worn in the front thigh area where my front pocket is. Here's the one here. This is from the outside after the repairs. She did a good job on that. This pair of pants was in really bad shape in the front, so she did a really good job with this one. And here goes the patch from the inside, what it looks like from the inside. From the outside, you cannot see any stitching. She did a fantastic job with this pair of pants, mending these. Really impressed. I told her, I said, well, you did a good job, and she just smiled real big. I looked all 3 pants over really well, and I told her, boy, I'm really impressed, and I'll be back for sure. Here's the second pair. These were in worse shape than the other pair, so naturally you can see some of the stitching from the outside, but I don't mind that. I think she did a good job on this pair too. This pair wasn't wearable at all. And here's what it looks like from the inside. That's the patch she put on the inside and all the stitching there. She did a lot more stitching on this pair for some reason than she did on the other one. I'm glad I'm doing this because I found she left a straight pin in that other pair of pants to hold the pocket up when she was sewing, and she forgot to take the pin out. So I'm glad I'm going through these jeans and looking them over better. And here goes this is the pair of pants that had the worst tear in them. It had a tear on the back pocket on the butt, all the way nearly from the top of the pants all the way down the pocket on the butt. I couldn't wear this pair of pants either. It showed my butt. So I'm most happy to get this pair of pants mended. And this is what it looks like from the inside. She used a strip of jean. This looks like it had a buttonhole in it. I'm not sure where she got this piece of material, but that's what she used on the inside to stitch that together. Yeah, she did I'm really impressed with what she did, and I told her that. Well, the time right now is 5:20 a.m. this Sunday morning, and according to that website, weather-atlas.com, the sun will rise today at 6:53 a.m. That's 1 hour and 33 minutes from now. And the sun will set later on this evening at 8:01 p.m. So today, Tampa will enjoy over 13 hours, 8 minutes of daylight, according to weather-atlas.com. I nearly forgot, I went into the Powerball website also this morning to find out if I had hit any numbers on the Powerball drawing that was held Saturday, the 25th of April. And according to the Powerball website, no one hit the jackpot. No one played all 5 numbers in the Powerball, and no one hit the match 5. So there were no hits on the drawing from last night. So the Powerball jackpot for tomorrow, Monday the 27th, is going up to 130 million. And the number that came in last night was 4, 30, 36, 52, 57, and the Powerball of 2. So today or tomorrow, I need to make sure I play another set of my numbers. I always play 14, 22, 25, 37, 49, and the Powerball of 23. I forgot I had a third good thing happen for me yesterday. I got good responses from my survey. I made a point not to ask a single customer to respond to my survey and let me know how I served them, if they were happy with my service or they weren't happy with it. I didn't say any of that to any of my customers yesterday, but I got great responses nonetheless. I had 13 upvotes in those 5 metrics. My deliver with care went up 2. I had 2 more people respond that I delivered food to their door of their home, their business, or their work with great care. I'm now at 758 people saying that. My friendly score went up by 4. I had 4 people respond that I'm a friendly delivery driver. I'm now at 677. I had 1 person said I was quick and efficient with my delivery. That went up 1 to 659. I had 3 people respond that I'm a good communicator yesterday. Now I'm at 657. And my perfect handoff is still an area of opportunity. I had 3 more people respond that I delivered food to the door with a perfect handoff. I'm now at 634 there. So all good things happened for me yesterday with my Uber Eats business. Fantastic weather. I had a wonderful breakfast. Just a wonderful day all around. Beautiful weather, a light breeze, and sunshine, and warm. Wonderful day all around. And gas prices are continuing to drop here in Florida and at this Circle K. Can't say the same for the United States though. Gas at this Circle K has gone down another 4 cents. It was $3.80 yesterday, Saturday morning. The day before it was $3.79, and then Thursday it was $3.87. Well, this morning, this Sunday morning, it's down to $3.76. That's 4 cents cheaper than yesterday. And the average price of gas in Florida has continued to go down since Friday. It was at $3.95. Yesterday it went down a penny to $3.94. Well, this morning it's down another 2 cents to $3.92. But the average price of gas in the United States has gone up. And that's a recent phenomenon. This morning, the average price of gas in the United States is up to $4.08. It was $4.05 yesterday, $4.05 the day before on Friday, and it was $4.03 Thursday. So it's creeping up, and I'm not sure why. According to Trump, and from what I've read in news reports, they've opened up that Strait of Hormuz, and they've prevented Iran from bombing any of the oil tankers that go through there. They've set mines in the water that are threatening to blow up the oil tankers when they pass through. From what I've read, they've solved that problem. So I'm not sure why gas isn't going down in the United States. It's going up, in fact. So not a good thing, but I'm happy to see gas going down at my Circle K and in Florida. Happy to see that. Well, I'm sitting outside here in my car, and I've already been inside, and I got my free cup of ice. You see that free ice? I had to get mostly of that crushed ice. The regular ice was all out for some reason, It's the middle of the night, so I'm not sure why they're out of the regular ice, but that's okay. I don't mind getting the crushed ice. I got free ice in my cup. And because it's Sunday, I grabbed this green tea flavor of the Monster Rehab Revive, Refresh, Recover. See that green tea? And with today being April 26th, and this can saying G2517, G is the 7th letter of the alphabet. So this can was made July 17 of last year. So you've got August, September, October, November, December. And then you got 9. So you got 9 months. This can is 9 months and 9 days old, I believe. Yeah, 9 months, 9 days old. 17 and 9 is 26. So it's a relatively fresh can. Not the most fresh can that I've had recently, but 9 months is not bad at all. I'm gonna go ahead and get it poured out here in my cup, most of it. I've been looking forward to this all week. This is my favorite flavor of the Monster Rehab that's out there. See if it's any good ice cold. Oh yeah, I love that. Love the green tea flavor. I'm gonna go ahead and get it drunk down so I can get all of it in this cup. It should all go now. There it is. Well, other than checking out the sunrise time and sunset time, I looked at what that website, weather-atlas.com, had to say about Tampa's weather today, Sunday, 26th of April. And it said, Tampa will be partly cloudy on Sunday with a high reaching a tropical 86 degrees and an overnight low of a delightful 68. Variable cloud cover will persist, but sunshine will break through. Precipitation probability is at 18%. Expect accumulation of 0 inches. So it might be 18% probability, but they're not calling for any rain in Tampa. 0 inches of rain. Winds will be out of the southwest at 11 miles an hour. With humidity, relatively low humidity, 66%. And then I went on to those 3 YouTube pages, resources that I check out for the weather, news. This is 10 Tampa Bay News YouTube. It was uploaded Friday the 24th of April. It featured meteorologist James Hopkins. James Hopkins said that September and October of 2025 were very, very dry. And this is notable because that's the rainy season. That's Florida's rainy season, and it was very dry last year during our rainy season. He went on to say that the cold front passing through today will not bring much rain into Tampa, Florida, and Central Florida. Southern Hillsborough County got a little bit of rain, but with that was an exception to the forecast. But no rain. And no rain is expected. No rain hit the airport. He said they also measure the rainfall at the airport. No rain hit the airport after this cold front that passed through. James Hopkins went on to say that the next chance for rain in Tampa is Saturday, May 2nd. But even with that rainfall, very little as rain is expected on May 2nd, Saturday, May 2nd. Today, we're going to reach a high of 86 and a low of 69. Cloudy. It'll be cloudy with a lot of sunshine all next week. Highs will reach the upper 80s this coming week. And then I went on to check out the YouTube page Fox 13 Tampa Bay. This video was also uploaded Friday, April 24th. It featured meteorologist Dave Osterberg. Dave Osterberg said that humidity is slowly on the rise. It's increasing in Tampa Bay. and it'll be significantly higher after this weekend in Tampa. He went on to say this rise in humidity will not bring much rain, if any, to Tampa for the most part. We'll see a few isolated showers inland, like in Polk County. He referred to Polk County when he referred to where we might see some rain this coming week with the rise in humidity. He went on to say that no rain is expected along the coastline, the western coastline along the Gulf of America coast. The drought, he said, the drought is only going to get worse in the coming weeks, with 71% of Florida being in an extreme drought, with the latest drought monitor that was released. And then this newest drought monitor that was released this past Thursday shows over 77% of Florida is in extreme drought. So it's continuing to get worse in Florida and the southeast portions of the United States. It's also bad in Georgia, from what I've read, the drought. He went on to say that today we're going to see cloudy skies, a high of 86 and a low of 69. Mostly cloudy skies, very little sunshine, according to Dave Osterberg. 20% chance of rain. And then I went on to the YouTube page WFLA News Channel 8. This was also uploaded, like the other two videos, on Friday, April 24th. It featured meteorologist, Max Defender meteorologist Juliana Mejia. She was less pessimistic about the drought in Florida and Central Florida is suffering. She said the drought monitor in Hillsborough County is getting better. The latest drought monitor shows the drought is getting better in Hillsborough County. I don't agree with that. We've got wildfires breaking out because it's so dry, and according to the other videos I've watched, it's not getting better. But that was Juliana Mejia's take on the drought, at least for Hillsborough County in Tampa, Florida. She seemed more optimistic about the drought conditions in Central Florida on a whole than Dave Osterberg. She said today Tampa will see a high of 86 and a low of 70, a 30% chance of rain, according to Max Defender meteorologist Juliana Mejia. And naturally, I also wrote down all the deliveries I completed yesterday. I delivered to 20 customers, and I did that in 17 trips. I had 17 trips yesterday with 20 customers. Made great money. I always do good on Saturdays and Sundays, so I expect today to be great too with my earnings. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I do very well here in Tampa. I do okay the rest of the week. I started out, my first delivery of the day was picking up Campfired Cafe on Martin Luther King Boulevard for Marvin. Marvin was very generous and kind and thoughtful and tipped me $4.98, and I earned a fare of $3.45. So I made $8.43 for delivering Campfired Cafe to Marvin's house. After dropping off Marvin's order, I went on another single for Sinead. Sinead wanted breakfast from Chick-fil-A on Hilltop Road. Sinead was generous and tipped me $2.61, and her fare was $2. So I made $4.61 for picking up breakfast from Chick-fil-A for Sinead. I really appreciate you, Sinead, and I appreciate you, Marvin, for your generous tips. After dropping off that Chick-fil-A breakfast order, I went on another single. Number 3 was for Corbin. Corbin wanted McDonald's breakfast from Bloomingdale Boulevard. Corbin was generous and tipped me $5.61, and I earned a fare of $2. So I made $7.61 for delivering breakfast to Corbin's house from McDonald's on Bloomingdale. Appreciate you, Corbin. Thank you for the business and the generous tip. I got $5.61. Thank you so much for that, Corbin. After that, trip number 4 was a double. I probably had 3 doubles. Yeah, because I had 17 trips. So this is the first double of the day. Number 4 was a trip for Gabe and Gemma. Gabe wanted Rico Band Bakehouse on Causeway Boulevard, and Gemma wanted Einstein Brother Bagels on West Brandon Boulevard. Gemma and Gabe were generous, and they tipped me $5 for delivering that order, and I earned a fare of $5.61. So I was scheduled to make $10.61, but one of them, I'm not sure who, the app doesn't tell you that. It just tells you got an increase in your tip, but one of them, Gabe or Gemma, decided to give me an additional $3 tip. I appreciate that so much, Gabe and Jenna. I already was pleased with my earnings with this delivery, so I'm very pleased and happy that one of you decided to give me more. So I appreciate that. So I actually got $8 tip for delivering that double and made $13.61. Thank you so much for the generous tips, Gabe and Gemma. I appreciate both of you very much. I'm not sure what I did to deserve the extra tip, but I appreciate that nonetheless. After dropping off Gemma's Einstein Brother Bagel order, I went on to pick up several singles in a row. Number 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 were all singles. 5 was for Erica. Erica tipped me $5.75 for delivering pizza from Pizza Haven on East Brandon. Thank you so much for that generous tip. I made $7.75 for that trip. Thank you so much, Erica. I appreciate you. Trip number 6 was for Enton. Enton tipped me $3.81 for picking up Firehouse subs from Bloomingdale. Thank you so much for that generous tip. That was trip number 6. I appreciate that tip in your business, Enton, so much. After that, I went on trip number 7 for Anya. Anya wanted Subway from Lithia Pinecrest. Anya was generous and tipped me $4.09, and I earned a fare of $2, so made $6.09 for delivering Subway to Anya's house. Thank you so much for that tip, Anya. I appreciate you. Trip number 8 was for Curtis. Curtis wanted Sake House on West Lumsden Road. Curtis was generous, and he tipped me $3.18, and I made a fare of $7.87. I made $11.05 altogether for delivering that Sake House order to Curtis's work. Thank you so much for that tip, Curtis, and the fare I earned. Must have been, I don't recall necessarily, but that must have been a long drive to make a fare of $7.87, so I appreciate that also, Curtis. After that, I went on to do a courier saver for Kevin. Kevin had an order to be picked up from a tobacco shop. I made $5.65 for picking up that tobacco order for Kevin. Appreciate you so much for your business, Kevin. I hope to serve you again. After dropping off that courier saver to Kevin's house, this looks like a double. Yeah, number 10 was a double for Zoo and Christina. Zoo wanted Caribbean Twist. Never been here before. I would have remembered writing that down, so this is a new restaurant. I went to the Caribbean Twist on West Columbus Road for Christina. And the second half of that double was for the Zoo order. The Zoo order was, Zoo wanted Caribbean Twist on West Columbus, and Christina wanted Starbucks on South Dale Mabry and Neptune, at the intersection of South Dale Mabry and Neptune. Zoo and Christina were generous, and they tipped me $7, and their fare was $3.16, so I made $10.16 for delivering Caribbean Twist to Zoo's house, and Starbucks from the South Dale Mabry and Neptune to Christina's house. Thank you so much for the generous tip and the fare I earned from you, Zoo and Christina. Thank you so much for that. Then I went on 2 singles in a row, 11 and 12. Trip number 11 was for Dash. Dash wanted Bayshore Mediterranean Grill on MacDill Avenue, and Dash tipped me $2, and I made a fare of $2.04. So I made $4.04 for delivering Dash's Bayshore Mediterranean Grill. And then trip number 12 was for Gwen. Gwen wanted Louis Papa's Fresh on Bay to Bay Boulevard. Gwen tipped me $3 and her fare was $2. So I made $5 for delivering Gwen's order. Thank you so much for the business and the tips, Gwen and Dash. I appreciate both of you very much. And then trip number 13 was a double. This was the second double of the day. I did more doubles yesterday than I thought. No, this is the last double of the day. The Zoo and Christina was the second double, and the first double was for Gabe and Gemma. Yeah, I know I got it straight. After dropping off Gwen's Louis Papa's Fresh order from Bay to Bay Boulevard, I went on the last double of the day, trip number 13. Minnie wanted J. Luigi's Restaurant on South Howard, and William wanted Bonefish Grill on Henderson Boulevard. Minnie and William, they were very generous and kind and thoughtful, and they tipped me $12.19. And their fare was $6.93, so I made $19.12 for delivering that order for William and Minnie. And that might have been my best paying trip of the day. $19.12 most likely was. I don't remember anything higher than that. Yeah, that was my best paying trip of the day. So thank you so much for that, for your business and the generous tips I got from you, Minnie and William. Thank you so much for that. After that, I went on trip number 14 was for Kate. Kate wanted Chick-fil-A on West Shore Boulevard. Kate was generous and thoughtful and tipped me $5.08, and her fare was $2, so I made $7.08 for delivering Chick-fil-A to Kate's house. Thank you for the generous tip of $5.08. You didn't have to tip me at all, but you did, and I appreciate that, Kate. And then I went on 3 singles in a row, 3 more singles to wrap up the day. 15, 16, and 17 were the last trips of the day. Liddy was trip number 15. Liddy tipped me. You know, I was mistaken about that. This was my best paying trip of the day. Liddy was my best paying trip. Liddy wanted Lemongrass Thai Kitchen on West Kennedy. Liddy was very generous and gave me a big tip, $16.07, and her fare was $6.03, so I made $22.10 for delivering Liddy's Lemongrass Thai Kitchen from West Kennedy. Thank you so much for the overly generous big tip. Thank you so much for that, Liddy. I really appreciate you. If it weren't for customers like you and all my customers in general, I wouldn't be able to afford to live anywhere, not just here in Tampa. Tampa's not the cheapest place to live, but I'm making fantastic money here, and comparing what I'm making here in Tampa with the rent and where I've lived in other places, I'm doing the best I've done here compared to any other city I've lived. It was cheap, very cheap living in Oklahoma City, and very cheap to live in southern Texas, but I wasn't making great money there. I made okay money with working at the Hobby Lobby warehouse. I did okay there, I can't complain, but I wasn't making great money in southern Texas. The rent was very cheap, but there's not much money in southern Texas in my industry, you know, delivering food. I wasn't doing good there. So the weather was okay. It was hot, and the weather, you don't get any snow down in southern Texas, so I can't complain about the weather. The weather was nice, but there's not much money for me. The money was not good in southern Texas. So this is the best I've ever done. This is even better than Las Vegas. I did good in Las Vegas. The money was good in Las Vegas, and the rent was relatively cheap, and the weather was nice. It was hot out there, so I can't complain about Las Vegas, but even compared to Las Vegas, the money is much better here in Tampa, Florida. And I'm fortunate that I moved out of Las Vegas when I did, because from what I've read from that Uber Eats subdriver Reddit and what I've read in the news, Las Vegas has gone downhill in terms of the economy. It's gotten bad out there in Las Vegas, so I moved out of there just at the right time. So I'm very blessed and fortunate to be here in Tampa, Florida. That's what I'm getting to there. After dropping off Liddy's order, I went on trip number 16 for Asha. Asha wanted KFC from April Drive, Aprile Drive. Asha was very generous and they tipped me $7 and her fare was $6.05, so made $13.05 for delivering Asha's order, KFC order. Thank you so much for the generous $7 tip, Asha. After that, I did the last trip of the day, was number 17 for Tiffany. Tiffany wanted a pizza from The Pizza Pie on Land O'Lakes Boulevard. Tiffany was very generous and gave me a very big tip, $10.39 for delivering her pizza from The Pizza Pie on Land O'Lakes Boulevard. Thank you so much for the generous tip. I made $12.39 for delivering that pizza order to Tiffany's house. Thank you so much for that, Tiffany. Appreciate you. Well, that's about it for me. I don't have any errands to run today. I'm going to get into the McDonald's here in a little bit and enjoy another wonderful breakfast, and then hopefully get in another 20 trips to complete this quest I'm on, and then head back to the camper and rest and unwind, and hopefully have another fantastic night's sleep there in the camper. God bless you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Hope you all are having a fantastic weekend like I am. God bless you all. I'll talk to you tomorrow.